mercy of your psychic intellect and made you my puppet.
It's a bullseye! And here's your host, Jim Boyd!
Sorry if I scared you. You'll like this bit.
It's the bullseye! Yes, how you doing? I do like my Sunday intro. Right, I do like a bit of bullseye. If it was on right now, well, not right now because I'm doing a stream, but if it was on, like, you know, in this time zone, I would so watch bullseye. Whatever happened to bullseye? You know, keep out the red, well, keep out the black and in the red. Nothing in this game for two of them. No. They keep out the red and in the no, keep out the black and in the red. Nothing in this game for two in the bed. Okay, that's it. Yeah, keep out the black and in the red. All right. He's won a camper van. You don't know, bullseye was. Bullseye was a this wonderful moment when, like, the like working man's entertainment, like working men clubs entertainment, like pub entertainment started becoming on TV. Right, it was really weird. It's a bullseye. So that was the, you know, darts competitions were a thing. You know, amongst the uncouth. I think it's fair to say, yeah, you know, it wasn't like Ascot. Darts competitions were always fat blokes in very smoky boozers, right? Like in between pints. They were kind of awesome, if I may say so. Anyway, you know, oftentimes they will be smoking as they're chucking their arrow. Anyway, so it was a cleaned up version of that, where they had to, it was a game show, right? If you got the bullseye, you got a special prize, I think. The first rounds were about how to score darts, and I learned how to do that then. You should go for the sides, because then you get all the triples and, like, the better numbers, right? Don't go for the bully, right? You're not going to get it, mate. Yeah, the best one is the triple top, right? Triple 20. 3, and then you won a big prize, as I recall. Anyway, but the last game, you know, the final, the winning, whoever, team, couple, whatever, they would have a game where they would throw darts at a special dartboard with red and black stripes. And you had to keep out the red and in the black, right? Or out the black and into the red. Yeah, keep out the black and into the red, right? Jim Bone will tell you this. Jim Bone, the perfect freaking host for Bullseye, right? The perfect freaking host for Bullseye. Because he was the bloke at the bubble. Keep out the black and in the red. Nothing. I mean, they're always slightly north, right? Nothing in this game. 2 in the bed, right? And so if you got 2 in the same red section, they'll cancel it out. You don't get that prize. But you wanted to get as many prizes as you could by getting the red stripes, right? And the prizes were like, sometimes they were good, but oftentimes they were like, we can have butt lids. New camping equipment. No. I have to tell you. All my favorite bits about myself I get from my mother, including my insane snobbery, and I do like that. Okay, that's just kind of how I am. I do like a bit of snobbery. Anyway, you remember the walk? I don't like the idea of camping, right? I'm not a camping kind of guy. I don't think I can get into it. My brother and sister-in-law right now, they're having their greatest vacation ever. I just came back from vacation. I'm talk about this again. They're having the greatest vacation ever. You know what they're doing? They're going biking. They're going this like a gazillion billion mile bike ride, right? And camping every night. I'm like, oh God. If I'm being chased by Nazis, I'm giving myself up. I don't know. Okay, I'll just. Which one do you want me at? Belson, fine. I'll just go. No, not camping, please. No, I'm not fit to work. Right? No, put me in the special line. Okay, thank you. Not camping. Right? Got a bit dark there. That's pretty good. But that does exemplify how much I don't like camping. Would I rather have been killed in the Holocaust than go? And here's the great thing about me being very Jewy. I could get away with this, right? But would I rather have been killed in the Holocaust or go camping? Oh, I don't know. It's not as clear cut as you think. It depends how. If you want the quicker ones to go, like shot in the back of the head, as a laugh, right, when they weren't looking. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, before do that, I'll be on the first. I did. If I can miss the pogroms and stuff, great. Because I really don't like camping. I really genuinely do not like camping. Anyway, I like. So I just got back from a weekend away. I literally just walked in. Oh man, that was wild. That did bad him. I'm going to talk about that because that's really, really insane. Most of it, right? We got to talk about Noel Clarke. I mean, right? How much more? I mean, like, here's what happens. Here's the one thing that, like, all these, like, I don't know what you want to call them. People who say they care about marginalized people who make a show about being anti-racist, right? All that, it's always the same, isn't it? Oh, the one thing they don't want you to do is to look at anything and think, right? I mean, listen, I am sure if anybody was open-minded, right? A Democrat was open-minded and looked at the 2020 election, they would clearly come out with a conclusion after looking at it carefully and analyzing it. It was the safest election of all time. Oh yes. It's the safest and most securest, voting the most popular president of all time. That totally happened. 100%. No question. Because anybody, there's the thing. They never want you to look at anything. Right? If you act, and when you do that, you've been bored, and they do have a point because I don't like looking at things. But you make me be an expert in stuff I don't want to know about. Oh, I don't want to know about, farming cycles. Oh, grain production ratios. I don't want to know about pipe fucking lines. I don't want to know about any of this stuff, right? Right? I actually want to make comic books. That's all I really want to do, right? Left alone. I don't even want to. That's it. That's all I really would like to do, right? I don't want to know all the shit that I know. My God, I listened to a Josiah Rising video today. He'll say, "Oh yeah, there's a flood coming that's going to bury California." From my theological point of view, I'm like, well, that sounds possible. I mean, while we're having these like record droughts, I don't know, mate. I don't know. We'll see. I'm a bit freaked out because I just came back from vacation, right? However, I realized this week, this Sabbath, is the first day of the month of Elul. Elul is a month of like introspection and planning of where you want to go over the next year. On every level, on a spiritual level, on a financial level, whatever, on your relationships, what your goal is in life, and you evaluate your life, right? Because the year kind of reboots with the Jewish New Year from our perception. So this year, however, right, it seems to me that it's prophesied will be the year of the possible apocalypse and the coming. I mean, like, it just, I don't want to tell you, mate. It's all I don't know. I could be reading into it. I genuinely could. But then more shit happens like that. Like, okay, even if you don't believe in God, look, I'm not trying to tell you what to believe, mate. I really, whatever. I mean, really, I don't give a shit what you believe, right? I'm just telling you what's going on in my head. Right. So if you don't believe in God, actually it blows my mind how almost 100% on a general level, how much Orthodox Judaism and religious Christianity have almost completely overlapped at this point. Right. They're so freaking similar. Right. And they're both in the same in the same position in the world. Right. There's I told you about this before. I think it's one of the prophecies about the end of days. You're going to get the brothers Jacob and Esau. They will walk together, right? Now Jacob, that's the Jews essentially, and Esau, that's Rome and Rome became the heart of Christianity. So you can call it Rome. You can call it Christianity, right? So yeah, and I really believe that's the prophecy we're at right now. So anyway, at the there's basically like chaos and wars, coming up at the until September, and then it gets crazy. Because by the next September, right, the wars has changed so much, so radically, so insanely, for some insane reason that there's where the Dome of the Rock is right now, and this is not a threat, mate. I'm just telling you this is why they're freaking out. This is the crux of the real Palestinian-Israel problem. And the Dome of the Rock is on top of where the Jewish temple is prophesied to be, right? I didn't write it. What do you want at me? Okay. I'm not trying to cause a ruckus. I'm just saying God said that's gonna happen. So no, this is not definite, Bible. This is just this is the one path for a messianic age. But so far it's all lining up. So it seems to be getting crazier, right? We're getting droughts. We're getting it just seems to be getting crazier. Doesn't it? I mean, I was watching Don't Look Up last night. I was going like, well, this is like reality. This is if you haven't seen it, I recommend it, by the way. So yeah. So it's if Rosh Hashanah, if the Jewish New Year is the trigger being pulled, the what's the name? The cock thing, the thing being pulled back, is the beginning of the month of Elul, right? It's when this is when it's loading into the chamber, right? I'm like, whoa, So I expect crazy. It seems a reasonable interpretation of religious prophecy that the crazy times that were predicted that seem to be exactly like this are actually happening now. But you know what the worst part of it is, and this really is agony. How long it's taking. No, it's not that. It's not how long it's taking. It's the real tearing of emotion in two directions. One, you go, man, this is taking so long. It's like killing me. And the other part of me is like, oh yeah, but it might be really, really heavily bad, right? It might be really, really super bad, right? So I don't ask for it to come quicker. So I'm like, oh, there is that. So that's the worst part of it. That's the other thing. One of these bloody prophecies being fulfilled, saying that they asked all these like rabbis from 2,000 years ago. He said, oh, I would love to be at the end of days, but I don't want to live at the end of days. It's going to be too awful, right? I'm like, well, I hear that. Yeah, I mean, it is. It's just like a slow ticking time bomb waiting to go off. And so that's what's going on the spiritual level. Then I look in reality. This is what happened, by the way, with the FBI raid. I finally pieced it together from listening to everybody talk about it. This is basically Tim Pool's take, and I agree with Tim Pool here. I think he's on the money. So the FBI isn't a monolith. The FBI is like a bunch of factions and offices, and they sometimes they communicate, and they're supposed to, but often they don't. So there's one office that led the Trump-Russia collusion, which we now has come out in government filings, in court filings, like in court evidence. Was bullcrap. It never happened, right? It was all a fabrication by the Clinton campaign, right? That they paid for, right? None of this is in dispute, right? It's like not even. That's just whatever. But in fact, the reason the guy who lied about it didn't go to jail is because the FBI said, "Oh yeah, we knew." Well, the real reason is you can't convict somebody if they're a Democrat or if it hurts the Democrats in DC, right? No matter what. I mean, that's just the way it is. I'm just telling you the reality. So anyway. So there's this one FBI office, crooked as anything, led the Trump-Russia investigation, and they were full of shit, right? So Trump declassified those documents when he left office and took them with him, and it's got all their balls in it, right? All their balls is in that noose of those documents, right? So therefore, that office which when they turned up, they thought they wanted to keep it quiet. They'd look, we just got to go and check these documents. Let's keep it on there. That office was scrubbing their trail, right? Merrick Garland didn't know about it. He's been fucked over. They've all been, because it's and think how stupid it is, right? I bet you that's what happened, right? And I bet civil war could happen over that. I mean, and the crazy thing is this. I wish Biden was listening or somebody was listening. You want to make Biden win, right? You want to make Biden win and be incredibly popular. It is really easy, right? Even though no matter how much he's fucked up, right? This will get him out the hole. This will totally get him out the hole. He pardons all the January 6th people, right? He just pardons everybody. He says, listen, this was a terrible chapter in American history. Let's just move forward, right? It's no good going over and over it, right? He would be beloved, right? He would be beloved if he did that, except by his base, who are mean, vindictive children, which we are going to see tonight. Anyway, we're going to see how they're mean, vindictive children, because Noel Clarke was the subject of a cancellation. And, again, it shows how full of shit they are, right? Like, they say, Lenny Henry say, England is a bad place if you're black. We don't get the same opportunities. He says Lenny Henry, who had a very successful career in an insanely competitive industry, which apparently hates black people, which is weird. You know what must have happened? You know what, Lenny, mate, you know what must have happened? They didn't tell anyone, right? Lenny said, oh, no, I'm really white. I black up for this. This is me blacking up, right? And they're like, oh, yeah, no problem. And that's why you're successful. Or you're full of shit, right? One of the two. There could be another solution. It's not just one of those two. One of the two I see right now. Anyway. So, yeah, so we got something like Noel Clarke, who is a triple threat, right? He's a real, genuine talent, right? I mean, like, I first saw him in Alvida's Pen. I thought it was very cool. He had a very cool energy about him. He was like, sexy, charming, right? It really worked, right? Obviously, I loved him in Doctor Who. I liked the character art. I liked him more in Dalek Empire when he was a bit more of a it was a bit harder. I think he enjoyed playing that. And then I saw Kidulthood and Adulthood. I haven't seen Brotherhood. I have to say it, right? And I was really, really impressed with the quality. I thought, especially Kidulthood, I thought it was a great idea, great movie. Very, very well. So Triple and his career, I haven't been in England, so I haven't seen much of stuff. But his career skyrocketed, right? Again, a black man. Apparently, he's somebody who is can't get ahead in this racist country. They don't give a shit, right? They smell blood in the water because they're evil shits, and that's really what it is. They're just evil shits, right? So, John the White did what I couldn't. Listen, when I said at the beginning, I don't want to know about all the shit that I know about. Right, I don't want to know about Ukrainian-Russian trade agreements. I don't want to know. God, just leave me alone. I want to watch Doctor fucking Who. That's it. Right. I want to watch a Star Trek, which is good. A superhero, which isn't about that doesn't hate women by being super feminist. Oh God, we are gonna go over the Hulk. Oh, fuck me. Oh, not good. Anyway, I don't know. Talking about Noel Clarke. So poor old Noel Clarke got cancelled. It seems to be that one woman had a real grudge and like stitched the whole thing together, stitched them up essentially, with a bunch of like flimsy half allegations that couldn't be quantified or substantiated in any way, shape, or form, right? So John the White, ever the investigator, I don't know and stuff. He's gone through this with a fine-tooth comb. Bloody hell! I listen. Okay, the reason I got into Trump, I'll tell you why. The reason I got into Trump because I thought he'll be hilarious. I thought it'd be funny. I thought, be silly. Donald Trump, yes. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, it's the same. That's the same evil part of me that goes, oh, what, AOC president? Oh, yes. Oh, fuck me. That's going to be crazy. Just for the disruptive element to it, to the administrative state. But she was just like, I don't know. So it was that devilish part of me. My prejudices were his policies will probably be effective. I didn't realize quite how effective they'll be. Now I think they were blessed from God. I think they were blessed from God. Because I'm a Bible thumper. I believe in all this shit, right? I do. If anybody wants to know why, ask me a question. I'm happy to answer any question about religion, right? Anything you want to know, I will always. I like those questions, and I'm happy to answer. So anyway, so what was it? So and then I didn't think they'll be that successful. They were insanely successful. World peace and money. Oh shit, that sucks ass, right? The only problem was the screaming children, right? Oh, save the life of my child, cried the desperate mother. That's what it was like for you. Anyway, that was the only plot on that landscape. Oh fuck me. Right, there we have Biden, screwed up like anything. Everything's turned to shit. He doesn't care. Told you how he could save his career. My God, save his legacy. But what he's not able to do. He's too freaking weak. Anyway. Yeah, so I think this FBI raid wasn't. They wanted to keep it secret, right? They want to keep it saying they're like, shit, we don't need to make this big deal. This is the level of incompetency that we're dealing with, right? This FBI office went there and they thought they could keep it hush hush, right? I'm not joking. This is the level of dunciness, right, that we're dealing with here. Oh man, my man. So anyway, so we got a little video we're gonna watch, which will blow your fucking mind, right? It will absolutely blow your mind. We're gonna be looking at John White's deep dive into the allegations against Noel Clarke, and there's nothing there, but far more entertaining. We're gonna see toxic fandom spin out control, right? Because all they wanted was a victim that they could harass. Right, that's all they wanted. They didn't care. It made him a hypocrite. They didn't care. Again, a successful black man. I mean, like, man. I mean, listen. To be able to build your brand that you could raise the money. I mean, just raise the money to take a gamble. I bet kidulthood was a big freaking gamble. Right? I bet you put everything into it. Like, I bet it took balls. I really do. I think he deserves every bit of his success. And again, it's jealousy and they're like victims, and they're basically racist. I mean, I really think leftists are more racist. It's just what it seems to be to me, right? They infantilize black people. It's weird, right? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm not racist, right? So I don't know. So we're going to be looking at that. We're going to be doing a deep dive review of She-Hulk. Fuck me. Fuck me. No. Oh my God. It's so bad. Okay. I mean, it's like a Saturday Night Live sketch when they're taking the piss out of this if it was funny. Right? Man, you go to another universe and Saturday Night Live just took the piss out of SJWs. In fact, okay, there is another universe where Saturday Night Live looks on our universe, just takes a piss out of us, and quite rightly so, right? So that's what She-Hulk is like. It's so cringe, so deeply cringe. And then if I got energy, I don't know, I'm gonna we're going to, there's so much news as well. We've got to look at the 60th anniversary. Apparently, Jonah's going to do what every other doctor has done since the dawn in time. Right? Here, 1 second. Oh, this is so annoying, right? Okay, I'm going to play a clip. Hopefully I don't get video struck or something. I'll be very specific, right? I'm going to be very specific. Oh, this is going to end badly, isn't it? There we go. We go over here. We go to my Doctor Who folder. Come on, Doctor Who. The TARDIS. There we go. Got the Doctor Who folder. Go to my 7th Doctor. Right, we'll go to Time and the Rani. We'll do it. Should we do it? No, we won't do it in HD. Maybe we'll do it in HD. But let's see if we'll play in HD. Okay, 1 second. But I just want to get that one scene where he's picking his new costume. Okay. Whoa, stop there. Whoa, Nelly. Still hot. I don't know how old she is, but yeah, still very double. Oh, if only he knew what he was doing, right? I wish he knew what he was walking into. Oh man, I remember the Brat Pharaoh run with his arms backwards. Yeah, that wasn't good. Oh no! That's really what it felt like. Okay, they're just shooting up the Doctor. Hey, Doctor! Oh boy, we're gonna get some. We'll have a good time. Bonnie Langford, reasonably hot. Wakes up again, and she's Mel. Come on, get to the bloody TARDIS. I don't know. I just see it makes sense that Mel could be rolling around in mud with a burly young man. I see her liking that, right? I see her like, see, I like. Listen, I'm talking about Mel, obviously not Bonnie Langford, but I can imagine Mel liking a bit of rough, right? Don't you think? I think Mel was like, hey, Doctor, can we go visit Ben Jackson? Why? No reason. So are they going back to the TARDIS yet? Really? Not at all. I'm in the wrong bloody episode. Get out of town. Okay, fine. We'll try that again. He said indignantly. I can't got copyright struck for that. I mean, like, what? Play for it a second. Okay. Yeah. Not even a second this time. I don't know. I find Kate Amara, Mel, pretty darn hot. I do. Let's see her again. 1 second. I could go for, okay, this is a bit weirdly specific, but I could certainly go for a threesome with real Mel and Kate Amara Mel, right? I think that'll be, because you get the young old MILF. That works for me. That works. Yeah, she'll show her what to do. She'll be educated. We'll educate her. Okay. Oh, fine. Now we've got the costume already. When did he go to the TARDIS? We'll come back. Okay, they're checking the. No, wait a minute. Oh, wait. This is episode 2. How's he got his bloody costume already? Okay, we're going back to episode 1. Now I'm irritated, right? Now I'm bloody irritated. What? Disgrazia. Okay, wait, so it must be towards the end. Tell you, Mel's got a nice ass, I have to say. Okay, come on. Oh, he's in his costume. Okay. Wait. Okay, so fine. Patrick Troughton. All right. So apparently Jonah's going to wear some iconic items of old Doctors. So Patrick Troughton, I wonder who he'll wear. Look, John Pertwee outfit, Peter Davison's old hat. They're here. This actually is a bit. We'll play this for a second. We should get away with it.
Old hat.
See, that was a good line. Well done, Andrew Carver. But my point is, everyone's fucking done it. Leave me alone. Really? Even Romana did it with bodies. But we will maybe get that story. That wholly uninteresting story. But first, let us get to the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am remiss. I have not got to the chat yet. Here we go. Oh, man, I got mind-blowing stuff. That first thing we're going to do is the Sam Harris thing. Mind-blowing, right? So I did want to have Noel Clarke saying, believe women here. But I thought that might reflect badly upon him, which is probably not what he wants right now. See, always thinking me. Oh, he's up. Look at all these toxic white males. I can't wait to tell them what they're all, why they're all wrong. Yeah, exactly. Jonas finale, the member bearers of doom. Down. Oh no, so I've got it. So gonna I here. No, Clarke vindicated. Yes, fuck you. Toxic fandom as a tantrum. More tantrums. The one thing being saved from HBO Max, the Snyderverse. Snyderverse triumphant. Yes, I think we're gonna get what's his name? More Superman. Please, Zaslav, give us the Batman Deathstroke movie, okay? If Affleck's too strung out on boozed up, give it to John Hamm. Okay? John Hamm, go on fucking diet, right? Look, you're a nice looking lad. Come on. Put it together, mate. And get the gig. Yeah, you'll be perfect. I'd love to see him as Batman. I would love to see him as a Batman in the Snyderverse, wouldn't you? She-Hulk hilarity. Plus all the geek news that went on. Oh, also Doctor Who magazine. I got a whole Doctor Who magazine to review. Look at me being busy. Fine. With that said, let me get to the chat. Jordan Lee, how are you, sir? Thank you for joining us. I have the chance of shagging Chrissy Mayer more than watching She-Hulk. Well, blimey. Yeah, Disney Plus isn't that expensive, mate. I mean, good for you. Listen, whatever way you mean that, good for you, mate. Good for you. Mr. PC Gamer Forever is there. How you doing? Oh, I agreed with you very strongly on a comment. What was it? It was your favorite Dalek stories, remembrance of the Daleks with episode 1 cliffhanger, the best. Yes, 100% agree. Strongly agree. Right? Compare that to look. Here's the thing: Genesis, which was absolute classic as well. I prefer Remembrance, but Genesis was like before my time. Basically, I call that on reruns, and it wasn't. Listen, Remembrance is more exciting and fun, right? You got so many. You got the Dalek going upstairs. You got the little skeleton when he exterminates the soldier mount, and you see a skeleton. It's like, oh, don't get me. We've never seen that before on Doctor Who. It was awesome. It was super. Yeah, no, I do agree. Ace was so cool. It was all really just came together perfectly, right? That was. It was really, Doctor Who had got his street cred back with that. Mr. Bronson was awesome, as always. The Soda Ranger is here. She-Hulk is the bestest ever superhero ever. Also, Ekithop. It's this, it's about white fragility. It's feminist fragility. Like, you don't have to be the bestest ever at everything, you stupid cunts. It's like, this is the mistake they always make. They over-exaggerate, right? They go, it was the safest and most secure election of all fucking time. Oh, it was. No, absolutely it was. Oh, yeah, I mean, really? The most popular president ever. Oh, yes. They believe any shit. It's incredible. Darren M is here. How you doing? Red number 1, finally back. I am glad to Trump return. Thank you so much for joining us. Paul Toslin is here. How you doing? Okay, let me start whizzing through it. She cried. Okay, but where we go. Red number. I said red number. David Hammond is there. Love you back, baby. Love you back. Thank you for the the approbation. The artwork of the face looks too polished for me on the season 2 box set. Everything else looks great. It's a small criticism, isn't it? I mean, like, really? Oh, I can't wait for that box set. I mean, look, I've just finished season 22. I put a lot of work going through it, and I was rewarded for the work. And I could have gone more. Could have gone deeper. I could have listened to the commentaries. I really could have gone deeper. I'm going to listen to the commentaries on the Abominable Snowman one. I'm looking forward to that. Listen, Web of Fear was just so good. But I'm also hoping this is going to be better than their Fury from the Deep effort, which was disappointing. I mean, look, they normally get better as they go along. It's the last one we're getting. What fabrication needs a defabrication? Does what it says into Joseph's list? I don't know. Honestly, I cannot bear the agony mahogany. Oh, she cried. John the White is here. Well, I was just singing your praises earlier, sir. How are you doing? Trump, you don't want to know. I don't want to know. Right, really? I just got in trouble because I thought it'd be funny. And then, again, I didn't expect him to be as successful as he was, but he was. Our aura's embarrassing. Oh, my God. Right? I mean, who's it? Newt Gingrich said he is the most enlivening and uplifting and embarrassing person to champion. Right? Yeah, he was... but they did fuck him over all the time, right? That time when he was like just dumped all the stuff of the fish food in the water, they edited him. The other guys did that first. The great Burke is here. How you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. Jeremy Cox is here. Oh, Jonathan Cox. Maybe Jeremy Cox too. I don't know. Jeremy Cox, if you're out there, say hello. Say hello. What's his name? Oh, the Norm MacDonald hired this old-time comedian for the last season of his show. And I think there was a hot chick in it called something Cox they brought in. Not Courtney Cox. So when they met, though, he was like, "Hi, I'm what's the name Cox?" He says, "Oh, really? Yeah, I'm Jeremy Tits." She-Hulk, Annie McBeal plus Sex in the City. No, it's worse than that. Both Annie McBeal and Sex in the City, I think, had much higher quality scripting, right? And it's much worse than that. I mean, I don't remember. Look, Annie McBeal, I kind of remember from the day. It was kind of cool. Like before Calista Flockhart stopped eating and it got creepy and weird. Hey, I'm a lefty. I'm not a racist. Yeah, no, but I'm saying the left is skew racist. Skew more racist, right? No, obviously, not everybody is one thing, but I do think the left is skew way more racist. If you're a Jodie, you cannot watch it. Oh, yeah, why not? You know what? I'm watching them for you, mate. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Catherine Theus, you have a new avatar. Is that that looks like? Oh no, is that Missy? Somebody in a hat. Okay. It would be good if the TARDIS had mannequins with the old costumes. Well, what's his name drew that? John Ridgway one time when the Doctor was running. I think it's the Sixth Doctor. It was running through. He had all the mannequins of his old coats hanging up, which was very cool. Which was indeed very cool. I watched the Three Doctors last night. Such a shame William Hartnell couldn't get to the set because he was being so poorly. Yeah, what a trooper for carrying on. Okay, fine. Okay, first let me get to my quick vacation away. So where's those? Let me okay. Jerusalem is like my college town, right? Jerusalem is where I went to college there essentially. Jerusalem, yeah. So I was there from the age of 19 to the age of 24, and that's where I got my rabbinic ordination. But basically, I would hang out in either the coffee tea room or when they moved to a new building, we had a balcony. Right, I would always hang out on the balcony having a cigarette. They're like, if you ever want to find Tzvi and you call him, he's probably on the balcony having a cigarette, right? Because I like to have a smoke in between classes, right? That's how rabbinical seminary was. You got up in the morning. This was back in the 80s, 90s, right? I could have a shit on a public bathroom, right? It was 3 stools there, right? Having a cigarette, reading the Jerusalem Post. Oh, fucking bliss, mate. Bliss. Them were the days. And I was like a big man on campus. I used to run, I ended up running the kitchens, right? Which is always good. So I'd always bribe the rabbi with seconds, right? I gave the rabbi seconds first. I looked after Henry, the chef, as well. It was pretty cushy, right? So I used that to propel myself to the housing czar. Now that gave me incredible unprecedented power. But that was basically my life. I was known. I was a person around, right? I lived in the old city of Jerusalem, but Jerusalem was my stomping ground, right? I knew it very well. Got an answer here. I thought Jerusalem was built here in England's greener personalities, Colin Archer. Oh no, a poor reflection, right? A poor reflection. So anyway, I haven't back for a long time. My wife works there now. She works right next to the old city. It's very, very cool where she is. She's so we decided to go away for a weekend. She doesn't work Friday, so we said we'll go up on Thursday, and we'll see Thursday and Friday night Sabbath, and then come on Sunday, which is what we did. So what blew me away was it's very similar, but very like now they've closed off the streets and they just got this like light rail going. There's people tooting around on these like mopeds. I'm looking around and going, oh shit, I'm in the future, right? I'm in the future. That's what happened. I've arrived in the future, and it's kind of cool. And that's really what it looks like. Again, this light rail thing, incredible. So again, it was a real schlep getting up there. My daughter dropped me off at the train. I had to get a few trains up. I was by the time we got to we rented this like it was really cool. They are building everywhere. They're building these apartments freaking everywhere in Jerusalem right now. People, you can't build them enough. There is so much building going on. Basically, this guy bought a floor of this building there, and we had a living room, a balcony, a bathroom, a little kitchenette, and a bedroom, right? Which was for us fine. It was great. So by the time we got there, I was starving. I was like, oh man, I wish I had something to eat. I didn't know this existed, right? This blew my mind. This absolutely blew my mind. I said, oh, we can use the, I don't know, Wallow app. I'm like, well, what's that? So, oh, all these restaurants will deliver. I'm like, get out of here. Within 20 minutes, I had perhaps one of the best pizzas I've ever had in my life. It was like this artisan pizza with like chili and like mozzarella. And oh my God, it was so good. It was and it was just delivered fresh, perfect. I was like, oh my God. So we did use that service quite a lot. Anyway, so then at night we went out to dinner and there's this place, this courtyard. Again, this is where I used to hang out. Here, let me show you. Yeah. Share screen. Right. This, I mean, they built this more recently. I was around, but this is this courtyard where you have these 4 really good restaurants, right? And then you have this live music going on. So when we got there was a classical going on, but then we had. Oh man, where's the? I think I recorded him. Then it got into like this R&B guy who was really good. I was like, it was well, you know, what can I tell you? You put a black R&B guy amongst Jews, it's going to work out good, right? They generally speaking know what they're doing. Fine. So where? Pictures? No, pictures of me on the train. Do I need video? I don't. I just a picture of the food. Anyway, but that was very good. They bought us alcohol. This was like a White Russian they did. Oh my God. Freaking awesome. Downed a few of them. Very good Caesar salad to start. It was the soft-boiled egg was excellent. I would add a little hint of caviar, right, to it to make to spruce it up. Like not much, like a few bit. A garnish, right? A garnish of caviar, right? My wife, on the other hand, had the carpaccio. Look, fan-freaking-tastic. Oh yeah, so then moved to the R&B. And the cool thing is, you get all these kids from yeshiva. This is what I was, right? I'm a little bit older. Well, the older ones, but this is basically who I was. Imagine a fatter version of this, obviously. I wore the white shirt, the black pants. That was me, okay. And they turn up to get the free show, get the music. Meanwhile, my wife had this freaking awesome steak. Well, I had this incredible risotto with this slow cooked beef in it. And then on the way home, I found this store. I'm like, well, this is. I feel at home, right? I feel at home. Next morning, more bloody food. Need to eat, baby. Need to eat. Need to eat. So we went back to the same place, right? Different restaurant. Piccolino. Apparently they got this buffet breakfast. So we sat outside. Again, this was 9 o'clock. It was deserted. It was awesome. Oh, just the old people. I like being old people. Check out this buffet. He had ravioli, that's shashuka. Oh, gnocchi was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Potatoes also good. There's a different, cheeses and hummuses and stuff like that, and it's feta and some chatzalim, eggplant, all these salady stuff. Fresh pizza. They were just baking this. And so, yeah, do you want some pizza, mate? Yeah, no problem. Cheesecake, which I like a bit of cheesecake, mate. And fruit and more cake. It was awfully, again, wasn't expensive either. Absolutely wonderful, right? Absolutely wonderful. So then from there, we had to get food for Sabbath, and we wanted to go to the Machne Yehuda street market, which is a bit crazy, right? So this guy, look, I'm not even joking, was playing Jerusalem on the on the sax, right? It's very busy at the street market, and everything's there. Lots of Hebrews buying lots of foods, right? Look at him again. I love how Jewy this is, right? Can you get more Jewy? No, this is maximum Jewy. You can't get more Jewy than this. This is the most Jewy picture that has ever been put on screen on YouTube. Right now, the algorithm is trying to figure this out. Okay, how can this be so Jewish? The AI is just seeing a picture of Seinfeld, right? It's so Jewy. Everything's there, everything's fresh, fantastic, and crazy. So this is Sabbath food, great leaves and roast chicken, and cigars and kuba. There's a few places that had stuff like that. Is at the Culver store. That's my wife. My wife was super hot the whole time. I have to tell you, she radiated. In most cities, you have rats as vermin. We have cats, baby. We have cats. Okay. I don't want to say we're the best, but clearly we are. Yes, is that the meat or the fish market? I can't remember. Look at those cheeses. Okay, this is what happens when you get old. You get an erection when you see a cheese like that. You go, oh my God, really? Oh, yo, it's so wrong. Oh, but it's so right, baby. It's so right. And then there was like 10:30 in the morning. There were bars had serving like beers or already in the morning. Campgas Crash Course here, as is DC. I smell all this weed. So that's just shawarma stand. Bit of fish, sir. Bit of fish, so fish and cheese. Very good olives. Oh man, that was incredible. So this is where we got our Shabbat food from. Like these kind of Friday things at the top and these salads at the bottom. We got this like Thailandy salad, and potato salad. We got they were really delicious. I have to say they did a fantastic job. All this wonderful fruit. They had the fruit cut up. Pineapples. We everything in Israel is very, very seasonal. So when you get something, it's a treat. So we got a bunch of fruit take back because I do enjoy figs and pomegranates. Pomegranates are the fruit of the Jewish New Year, which I like that they got a crown built into them, right? Because it's a very regal holiday. Yeah, so I like that. I do like that. This is kanafe. This like Turkish Middle Eastern dessert stuff out this freaking world. Everything is good. Oh yeah, then we went to the bakery and get bread. You need bread for challah. And we got some rugelach. Want some rugelach? You after like the rugler. We had to visit the candy store. Don't be crazy. Right, we got some very good licorice all sorts. I like those a lot. Meanwhile, this is a busy day for Chabad. Chabad do this like Jewish outreach, and there's a Jewish commandment of wearing these thing called tefillin, where you use boxes and straps you wrap around your arm, right, and you put on your head. So they put tefillin on people. So that was a big thing going on there. So I tried to capture a flavor of that for you guys. But there. So then by Sabbath, we didn't even leave the freaking room. It was awesome, right? I had Doctor Who magazine to read. Went pretty much through that. Slept like a lot. And, I have to say, I am really, really blessed that I like my wife. That I like hanging out with my wife. And we're both busy. We both have busy lives. Her job is going very, very well. She's being incredibly successful, and she really, really deserves that success, right? So we're both busy, right? It's wonderful to spend time with her. So that was really the high point for you. But once you take the holiday pictures and you have to fake interest, well, I try. Listen, I didn't talk about the dirty stuff we did, but because I would like to do that again at some point. Yeah, but that would make it more interesting. But during that time, oh, by the way, during that time, firstly, I did this. Hang on, I got all the screen grabs ready. This was what I was going to be doing tonight. I was going to be doing a bit of Orphan 55, right? Right? No, we're going to go. Oh, God, it's so. Go away! Okay, that's probably coming out Tuesday, right? Orphan 55. Oh! I went through and got the screen grabs. It was awful. But no, then I saw She-Hulk. And actually, I saw a Babylon Bee article that said that She-Hulk, through incredible CGI, was able to convincingly make a female lawyer. That was Babylon Bee, not me. But okay, so I said, how do these weirdos get inside the mind of the crazy people, right? Where is it? So this is a major liberal commentator talking about suppressing the Hunter Biden laptop, and then it gets bad, right? Then it gets really bad.
At that point, Hunter Biden.
This is 100. This is not a long clip. This is 100% what is inside the FBI's mind, right? 100%, because it's weird, but there's 100% what's inside their mind. It is very bizarre. So this is Sam Harris, a major left-wing commentator. We're talking about She-Hulk before the military. We are going into it in detail. That's a big one.
Literally could have had the corpses of children in his basement. I would not have cared, right?
Yeah, Hunter Biden could literally have the corpses of children in his basement. He would not have cared.
It's like there's nothing. First of all, it's Hunter Biden, right? It's not Joe Biden. But even if whatever scope of Joe Biden's corruption is, like if we could just go down that rabbit hole endlessly and understand that he's getting.
It's massive. It's massive. He is being controlled by China completely. He has destroyed the country. He's literally destroyed the biggest, the world's biggest superpower, because he's in the employ or he's under control of their adversaries. I mean, it's the only thing that can really make this litany of failure make any sense. Either that or they're insanely stupid, right? They're complete and total failure, right? On everything.
Kickbacks from Hunter Biden's deals in Ukraine or wherever else, right? Or China. It is infinitesimal.
Okay, this is how insane their minds are.
Compared to the corruption we know Trump is involved in. It's like a firefly to the sun, right? I mean, like there's.
I mean, these guys interview and they're like, "What? What?" It's like saying, "Are you out your fucking mind, mate?" He's going to talk about Trump University in a bit. I don't even think there was anything to do with him.
It's just
maybe, and if it was, I don't know. It's not defrauding the cut. I don't even know where to begin. It's not using your position to get kickbacks, right? It's like that's 100% worse.
It doesn't even stack up against Trump University, right? Trump University as a story is worse than anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop, in my view, right? Now that's not Biden's laptop, in my view, is worse.
What did you say?
Right, Trump University as a story is worse than anything that could be in Hunter Biden's laptop.
Okay, in Hunter Biden's laptops, there's indisputable evidence that would have Joe Biden, the president of the United States, incarcerated for breaking the law, right? You've been trying since 2016 to find something to get Trump on. You've been trying and trying and trying, and you failed over and over, incredibly, right? which makes me believe in God, quite frankly. But see, I mean, listen, you might get him. This might be him going down this time. Maybe it is. So many times we said this, right? I remind that Sherlock Holmes line, right? Incredibly delivered by Jeremy Brett, when he was just threatened by somebody. He says, "I'll get you, Holmes," and he says, "And yet so many would have said before you, and yet here I still am." Right? Maybe this is the time to go, but I don't know. I think it's more likely you're going to see Merrick Garland in jail before Trump. Anyway, but this is the absolute insanity, right? But so it hasn't got to the bad bit yet, okay? This is still not at the bad bit.
In my view, right? Now, that doesn't answer the people who say it's still completely unfair to not have looked at the laptop in a timely way and to have shut down the New York Post's Twitter account. Like that's just a conspiracy. That's a left-wing conspiracy to deny the presidency to Donald Trump. Absolutely, it was. Absolutely, right?
Yeah, dude. We all know that, right? You shouldn't have said that out loud. But here's the thing: they have such insane arrogance. They don't fear any consequence, and why would they?
But I think it was warranted. Right. And again, it's a coin toss as to whether or not
Sam, I'm sorry.
That particular piece.
I'm really sorry. I was the one that said we should move on, but you've just said something I really struggle with there, which is
the kids in the basement?
No. Fuck the kids in the basement. I'm interested in democracy. You're saying you are content with a left-wing conspiracy to prevent somebody being democratically re-elected as president.
Well, no, I'm content. Well, but the thing is, it's just not left wing, right? So Liz Cheney is not left wing.
Liz Cheney is left wing,
right? Liz Cheney is doing.
Liz Cheney has just been ejected from the Republican Party, who isn't particularly right wing because she's too left wing.
Everything in her power
to prevent somebody being democratically
it's not but there's nothing conspiracy. It's not. It was a conspiracy out in the open. It does.
Yeah, we know. We kept telling you, and you kept telling us, what? No, you're a threat to democracy. Shut up or we'll lock you up, because we love democracy.
But it doesn't matter it doesn't matter what part's conspiracy, what part's out in the open. I mean, I think it's like, if people get together and talk about what should we do about this phenomenon, if it's like, if there was an asteroid hurtling toward Earth and we got in a room together with all of our friends and had a conversation about what we could do to deflect its course, right? Is that a conspiracy? Like some of.
So here's the incredible thing. So convinced they are of that they're right. They can't conceive that they're wrong. I really recommend you watch Don't Look Up, right? That you see when you see the mindset of these idiots, these overeducated idiots. It's unbelievable. Right? Dude, we had money and world peace. Now we've got everything inverted. How much more can you have fucked up? Right? Like, really? How much more? I mean, we're going to find out, right? We are going to find out. I mean, even if this is not the end of days, which apparently it is, right? Even if it's not the end of days, we've got famines coming, global, and we had the World Economic Forum. I don't want to know about the World Economic Forum. Why do I know the World Economic Forum? You annoying cunts make me learn everything, right? The World Economic Forum has pursued a policy of stopping farming, right? There's going to be global hunger, global famine, war, pestilence. We got that now. Disease, COVID. I mean, these are the four horsemen of the fucking of the apocalypse, and that's if this not the end of days. And this is what it's the end of days. Listen, mate. Look, this time next year, if we're all still here and this shit's still going on the way it is, shit's still going on, mate. We're going to tell you that it's not. Then it's clearly not the end. It's not the coming of the Messianic age, right? A Messiah, right, according to Judaism, means king, means anointed king. If somebody is anointed king, they are Messiah, right? If that doesn't happen in the next year, then it's not then, right? I still believe it, just who knows when. I'll go back to going, Could be any time, probably not my lifetime, right? But everything's lining up to that. So yeah, so we got that. So what's the mentality that have brought us to this place? Have a look at this. Have a look. Share screen. Let's do a bit of Noel Clarke. She cried. Why is that header off? Dude, do you want me to? If you want that header fixed, let me know. We should be able to see his face. Okay, I can totally fix that for you. If need be. Can there be justice for Noel Clarke? Can there be an investigation by John White? Hashtag justice for Noel Clarke. I recommend you all using this hashtag, right? Because we live in strange times, mate. We're all in this together. That's why. Okay, blah blah. Okay, I can't go into all the detail, right? It hurts my head, right? Update before the article was released. No actors put a dramatic tweet on just okay, fine. In the 90-second video, Clarke makes it clear he asserted his right to access under a Freedom of Information Act and got categorical proof there are no complaints were ever made about him to the police by anyone. He further states that he has verified by 4 detectives that this investigation, in this investigation, I have discovered no more than 5 people went to the police, one of them a man, but based on Clarke's statement, none of his accusers ever took the story to law. More questions to be asked. Okay. So again, what happens when you actually start looking into things, right? It's the thing they don't want you to do the most, right? They never want you to look into it. The article is a several weeks investigation is undertook because I've seen this question being asked in a wider society and looking deeper into all the circumstances that led to Noel Clarke being accused of being a sexual predator. I mean, honestly, I mean, like, it doesn't pass the sniff test. He's he might be a bit laddish, right? But like when we look at She-Hulk, right? We will see. I mean, I think this is a different. Maybe it seems to be the complaints come from a different perception of what things mean, right? I mean, look, in essence, yeah, it was a purely masculine workplace in the 70s, right? Or mostly masculine workplace in the 70s. Over the subsequent 30 years, women have entered the workplace. By the way, who's got screwed over by that most? Oh, that'll be women. Real? I mean, like, yes, self-actualization. Now you've got to like scrimp and save, and like, you know, you can't breathe or think. Karney says, John was on Gobby Guy's channel. Yeah, I got to watch this. I also got to watch Noel's stream about it as well. I've been away. What you want? It's like this all blew up while I was away, right? I was eating really well, right? I want to tell you how freaking awesome my wife is, if I may. Right? My wife is so freaking awesome that I told her how incredibly good the pizza was, right? And I got her in the mood for pizza. So when we got home, we often make a pizza with a tortilla, you know, get the air fryer. But she knew I was into it as well. So she made dough from scratch and made before the stream. Said, "Oh look, I made your pizza." I'm like, really? How do you get it to be any better? Right. So after this, I have a fresh made pizza waiting for me. So you know. Sorry for the aside, but I'm very excited about this. So sexual predator. I mean, again, he so doesn't pass this. I mean, like Harvey Weinstein. Nobody's going to go, oh no, he wasn't. He can't be a. Look at it. I mean, Meryl Streep did, obviously, lying cunt that she is. But you know, nobody's sane, right? Nobody's sane. It doesn't pass. You know, you can sort of tell, like, oh, Kevin Spacey's a weird gay rapist. Who knew? Anybody ever met him? I mean, like, he doesn't get to be that creepy for nothing. Having said that, miss him in the movies. Miss him in the movies. What can I tell you? Also, my brothers is here. How you doing? Okay, fine. Before we get more into establish, I'd like to establish how I involve looking into. Okay, look, mate. My head has too much information in already. I know. Listen, John, you're very good at this because you know all this is very, very, very important, right? I'll give you a summary. I can't. Okay, this is Noel Clarke for Dummies. I want to be clear. Why did the police decide not to prosecute Noel Clarke? That's a very good question. That's the implication. Everything that hinges on understanding that if we are able to say that Noel Clarke will ever be able to get his life back or forever be convicted in the court of public opinion instead of a court of law. On that basis, I decided to okay, again, dude, totally trust you. Fine. You see, this is how much I trust you, right? You can name the direct accusers. The direct accusers are with mainly Gina Powell, so we're going to learn. So how many are there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Not 20. Which is 8 women named, 8 named women, 6 anonymous, making which leaves further 6 accusers named whose stories were not told in the Guardian. So why was the Guardian not titled 14 women making accusation? Because 20 sounds better, doesn't it? Right? 20. And now if you say to, again, we're going to look at the crazers. They don't like it. Finally, investigators identified a number of people who either made statements on social media at the time or have suddenly been identified as part of events or who had previously had issues with Clarke, all of which are some relevant story. So Adam Deacon, David Fairbanks, James Christopher Floyd, Chrissy Chong. Chrissy Chong's on Star Trek, right? Star Trek Brave New Worlds. I like Star Trek Brave New Worlds. But yeah, she seemed a bit cunty. Mandeep Dillon and Rosie Day. Okay. Direct accusers. Finally. Gina Powell. Powell was a former producer for Clarke who worked for him from September 2014 to March 2017. She was mainly involved in the production of Brotherhood, the third of the Hood trilogy. I've really got to see that, right? Really got to see that. She claimed Clarke continually harassed her. Well, again, when we see She-Hulk, we see there's some people. She's outside of a bar, and they're not. I don't think she's not being catcalled, right? She said, "Hey, do you want us to wait with you?" Like, what's your name? They were okay. This is how normal human beings engage in sexual congress, right? This is called a mating ritual. I understand you may not be interested. That's cool, right? Nobody was ripping your clothes off and trying to rape you. They're saying, "Hey, how are you? What's your name?" Right? Don't be. And let's say they stepped over the line. Maybe they did, right? So then She-Hulk turns into Hulk and is going to murder them all, right? Is going to rip all their heads off and stomp on them because they said, "Hey, what's your name?" Maybe it's out of line, right? But I just think this is a difference in understanding in communication, right? Mainly, but I think that was the spark of it, but it seems to have twisted into something much more serious. She claimed Clarke continually sexually harassed her, would brag about a photo and video material held on a hard drive, and had a naked audition footage of another female accuser, Johanna James. Now, this is a ridiculous allegation, which is completely non-substantiated. But John's going to go into that, right? Now, that is the most serious thing, right? So if that's not true, or if that can't be substantiated anyway, I think everything falls apart. Powell claims that she told James about the alleged footage in 2017, apparently taken 4 years previously during audition for the film Legacy, which Powell herself has an existing producer on. The Guardian also claims she has spoken to 2 other women who witnessed this 27 conversation between Powell and James. Look, maybe she missed. I'm trying to be charitable. I really am genuinely trying to be charitable. But maybe she just misunderstood, right? Something. I don't know. Where we at? I've lost my place. I've totally lost my place. Fine. I've got it. Powell further claims that Clarke exposed himself to her in a car and groped her in a lift while in Los Angeles 2015. I don't know. I mean, okay, what reason does she have to lie at this point? Okay, let's say, but as the Janet James story can't be verified anyway, and there's actually evidence to the contrary, it throws everything into doubt now, doesn't it? So Powers seems to be the primary accuser of Clarke. She seems to be the glue holding the group of women together, and the Guardian's information makes it clear that she's been speaking against Clarke to a small group of insiders for the last 5 years, which is exactly the time frame that she lost her job working for Noel Clarke. Oh, she was fired. Was she fired? It sounds like it, doesn't it? Right? It sounds like she was fired, right? I don't know. Hell hath no fury, right? Women often get very upset at things like that, right? I have to tell you, the only thing I think feminists could really have against Trump, in all truth, is that he's made them into a stereotypical sexist view of women from the 1950s. Right, the 1950s, sexists would say, "Oh, women, they're too hysterical, they're too emotional to vote. Oh, they won't know what to do." Right, that's exactly the sort of sexist thing they'll say. And it turns out, well, Trump made them actually be insane that way. So that's a bit odd. And it's weird. It doesn't matter if you're there's people I know who I say are more intelligent than me and better educated. Gives them no immunity. It's really weird. So anyway, so she's saying this. It also makes it clear there are claims of a money dispute between Powell and Noel Clarke's production company, Unstoppable, that marred her exit from the company in 2017. Okay, now you got motive. You got a shaky story, and you got motive to lie. If she is making this up, it's reprehensible. I'll tell you why it's reprehensible. Because it never occurred to me not to believe women before. Right? It never even entered my mind. Right? I'm like, well, why wouldn't you? Right? That's the normal person's response. But you've made it harder for everybody by making this shit up, if that's what you've done, over money. Which is as possible as what you're saying being true as you are making it up, right? So okay, so she's upset about money. This could be the reason police did not consider accusations credible evidence of a crime. Well, okay. Where is the naked audition video? The Guardian gives no indication that it has seen it. Johanna James knows nothing about it until 4 years after it apparently happened. And there's nothing to suggest that Powell has a copy of it. So she's stirring the pot. She's stirring the pot, got caught in a lie, and she's tripling down. Because here's what I worked out. The more wrong you are, the more harder you lean into it, and the less likely you are to apologize. Right? The more wrong you are, you can't come to terms with it. And a Guardian article, the casting director in the room denies that this ever happened. So I think, okay, you have evidence against it now, right? You have no evidence to support it, and you have evidence against it. You have a financial beef. Maybe you're a cunt. Look, you're saying Noel Clarke is an evil cunt. Maybe you're an evil cunt. I don't know. Never met you. Noel Clarke always seems to be kind of a decent guy to me. I don't know. I don't think he doesn't strike me as the sort of guy. And again, I don't know him. Doesn't strike me as the sort of guy who would use force to get a sexual favor to somebody. And also, look, the real truth is this: that monogamy is better, right? Monogamy, and fidelity. Men want to be faithful, and it's weird, but it's actually true. Men are happier when they're faithful, right? I couldn't imagine cheating on my wife, I really couldn't. I mean, it would just be like, oh, it'd be too sad, right? He seems to be in a loving marriage, right? I don't know. I think if this is made up, this is some evil, messed up bullshit, right? This is evil, messed up bullshit. Fine. Would appear the Guardian made an error in a follow-up article some months later, 13, and invented let slip the identity of one other person present in the room at the time, who identified them as one of the only 5 people who actually went to the police. It's revealed that a surprising fact about them, which further raises the question of motive. I will come back to this later. Okay. It doesn't seem like Janet James was really on top of it. Oh, fine. 1 second. When did this? So yeah, we're talking about the audition tape. Furthermore, if we take Power on face value, when did she know about it? When did she see it, if ever? Safe to conclude. Well, look, John, may I tell you, this is where you're going to turn people off, right? Women don't like to feel like they're being bamboozled or interrogated into submission, right? It is a submission tactic, and what you're doing here, you are right. All your questions are ba-dum, right, but you gotta lay it out in a gentler way, right? Maybe I'm just saying it in a harsh way. It seems like it just doesn't make sense. There's too many questions about it. Safe to conclude that she would have known at some point she was involved in producing Legacy, but Powell was quite happy to keep quiet about it until she no longer had a job and was claiming Noel Clarke owed her money. Doesn't seem like Janet James was really the top of it. It does, doesn't it? Look, I'm sorry, but this is bad stuff. With the exception of Powell acting as a witness for Philippa Crab's story about being shouted at. She was shouted at? Oh, no. Really? Batman had his parents murdered in front of him. Really? Oh, you was shouted at? Oh, no. Oh, for God's sake. Fine. So there's a person called Philippa Crab being shouted at. So it falls in the Garrett he said, she said. Powell also expects us to believe that despite Clarke allegedly exposed her in 2015, she carried on working for further 2 years. Yeah. Why'd you do that? Again, it doesn't. I don't know. Look, if I'm working for somebody and they get their dick out, I'm going to stop working for somebody. But then I'm a bloke, right? I don't want to see somebody's dick come out, right? Really? I'm fine with just mine being around. Okay, I don't need anybody else's, right? Did the police conclude that Powell was too compromised by the animosity regarding her exit from Clarke's company to make a credible witness? Coupled with a video which hasn't yet been shown to exist, her claims are not strong as they first appear. Noel Clarke has denied them in the strongest terms possible on Powell's accusations of bullying and having ever seen explicit images. I think it's safe to say that it's fair. It's a fair thing to say that it's credible that this is all made up. So Janet James, we talked about naked audition tape. She appeared in the Daily Mail on 2nd October 2021. This cited a tweet from the 1st of May 2021 in the state the police had told her there was no action against Clarke with the alleged naked audition tape, which again, there is no conclusive evidence that exists beyond Powell's say-so. This makes sense. The police don't prosecute on thin air. I mean, yeah, what are they going to say? The article further discusses the sketch James did with Noel Clarke and Jason Mazza on the show Greatest Ever Celebrity Wind-Ups, which appeared on episode 5, season 2, channel 5. In the sketch, Mazza pretends he has an allergic reaction, and James told him to pee by Clarke as the only way to stop the allergic reaction, much hilarity to choose. The problem is that the sketch was scripted and agreed on beforehand, and everything was not shot real-life footage. Yeah, it wasn't real. Okay. Philip Crab, production assist on Brotherhood, 2015, as well as general bullying behavior. He's your boss. You do what you're fucking told. Right? That's how working works. You know, you do. Go get that. Go get that. Don't be useless, and I'm sure it'll be nice to you. Don't screw up. It'll be nice to you. Screw up, you're going to get your ass kicked. It's what working in the big wide world is, darling. One sentence where he claimed to have witnessed Gina Powell. She alleges that Clarke demanded sexual favors from her in return for a part of the film. The claim is hard to assess as she said, yeah, but one thing that does seem illogical that if Noel Clarke demanded sexual favors for parts, but as Crab says, she wasn't having any, then why did she get a part in the film? Crab is still in the movie, right? Point of the toxic casting culture characterized by Harvey Weinstein, but surely that's look, this goes on. So, okay, I could spend hours on this, right? I really, really could, but let's go over here now. 1 second. Let's look at some fans' reaction to it, because again, these evil shits, they just want to vilify someone, right? Because they're just evil shits. Yeah, okay, let's zoom in. And more on that, they just don't want to be wrong. They just desperately don't want to be wrong. There we go. So this guy, William, who I don't know him at all, he's got me blocked, right? I don't know him at all. He first started, I think he said something about him first, right? I don't have the initial trick, but he started it as what he said. Oh, that Noel's doing a live stream with me because I think it's wrong that we should not listen to John the White. So here's the incredible thing, right? This is how stupid these children are, and they are mind-meltingly stupid. It's that who cares who's saying it? Like, why is that a justification for not listening? No, the white supremacist. No, he's not. You're just a lying cunt. Right? I mean, it's just no. Whenever they say known, it means it's not known, but I would like it to be known that way, right? No, there's nothing to do be known about at all, right? No way for benefit. I mean, like, maybe he is. I don't know. He's friendly enough to me, and but you might notice I'm a bit Jewy. Bloody hell! I mean, like, I don't know. Racists normally can't hide their racism, right? Left-wing racists, they can't go more than 4 minutes without being talking about Israel if they know you're Jewish. And being defamatory and racist, right? Racists really can't hide being racist. I've never seen him be racist, right? Does that mean he's not racist? I don't know. Maybe he is. I don't know. But I've never seen anything. So when you say show the receipts, okay. So they think, because he's a no way for premises, then it's not, you shouldn't listen to him, right? So Noel said, well, you're full of shit. After he spoke about Noel, right? Again, William Who went after Noel, right? I've been informed that Noel is going to do a live stream on me because he thinks I'm wrong for saying that we should not listen to John the White. No, listen to everybody. You are wrong for saying don't listen to them. Listen to everybody. If they're full of shit, you'll hear it, right? The only reason not to listen to somebody is because you're full of shit yourself and you don't want to hear that you're full of shit. That's the absolute only reason, right? I'm not going to watch it as I don't fancy watching him send me abuse for an hour. Again, so why did you start up with him, mate? Okay, but any support to report the thing is appreciated. Why? Why do you need your critics to be silenced, right? Again, Billy the Who calls me out for defending Noel Clarke. His response. He's responding to you, right? This is funny. There's somebody in the chat section called Problem Being who acts as a mod because he's a mod, right? The stream encouraged me respectful and kind. He is. I mean, for God's sake. Okay, but keep hurling insults around. And apparently you can't say anything against Noel because because they removed it for defamation. Well, it depends what you're saying, right? I wonder how we can report the petition. I don't know what the petition is, but I'm on board. I'll sign it then. I'm sorry, he says horrible stuff about you. I won't always support you. You missed that too. I will always support. Well, that's lovely. Noel's own JTW, Noel Clarke, problem being all a bunch of pricks. This person goes, put some thought into I agree. I mean, it's like they're on a panel show. Really? All those people are a bunch of pricks? I'm afraid so. Oh God, these people are so entertaining, right? Oh, they're so entertaining. He's literally offered to. Oh yeah, so I was being mean to Elephant Man, who's actually who's the voice of sanity. I say he's literally offered to have you on to talk about it. The least you can do is talk to him. If people talk to Lance videos and it went well, then at least you can talk to Tardison, who really isn't as bad. I mean, again, Noel was very respectful, probably more so than me, right? Noel has everyone. Noel is his channel is very open, right? No one is entitled to be spoken to, especially if it's just so you can stop them to the face. No, not saying no. You don't understand. No, we're not saying that. The other thing it's entitled to is saying it's for your benefit, right? It makes you look bad, right? William is well within the right to ignore the offer. He is right. Everybody has a right to be a dick, right? The Elephant Man comes on and said he isn't ignoring him. No, he's not. He's responding right now. I think it shows weakness on William's part, frankly. And does his attempts to take down street. Exactly. Don't be scared of free speech, right? The only reason you're scared of free speech is because you know you're wrong. Because you know you're full of shit. And you know you're full of shit, and I know you're full of shit, and we all know you're full of shit, right? It's that you're trying to save face, but you're very obviously full of shit when you do that, right? Why take down the stream? It isn't breaking any YouTube rules. Billy Boy is a coward. It seems to be to me. If he wants to encourage his, if he had the coverage, he would. He was called Tardison. Yes, but he can't. Right? None of them can. How pathetic. Noel Clarke is going to do a live stream on you? No. Maybe, but not that I know of. There's so many tracks here. Okay, problem being, yes, problem being it's a bit of a gimp. What? I'll give you that. I don't know what that means, but I hope it's complimentary. Bit of a gimp? Okay, one second. I got to find a gimp definition. Wait. Here we go. Gimp definition. We do all the impersonal important things here. U.S. Canadian offensive term slang for a physically disabled person, especially one who is lame. What? He's not. Firstly, I don't think he is. Secondly, if he is, it's a bit weird to rag on him for that, right? It was very strange. Slang a sexual fetishist who likes to be dominated and who dresses in leather and rubber bodysuit, bar sips, and chains. Listen, I wouldn't be surprised by any of that stuff. He's always seemed to be more of a top to me. I don't know, but again, if Brother Bean takes offense, I think he's got a good reason to. If he laughs it off, I think he's got a good reason to. However, it is literally the definition of defamation legally. There is no objective proof, Noel Clarke. It is he said, she said. But I don't like John, but I would recommend reading his article. Okay, don't know why you don't like John, but everything down to you don't like him, yet you're licking the boots and these reptiles defending everything he does. Again, this is not personality. This is facts, right? What he's saying is factual, right? Okay. Absolutely shocking. He would dare send you abuse. He would dare sending you abuse. Why is all this follows from Sweden? Absolutely shocking. He would dare sending you abuse. Okay. How is he sending abuse? In the form of a live stream, most likely making that BBC William who look like they were wrong. But what if they were wrong? I mean, you can't force him to look like he's wrong if they have a debate, then Billy can say what he wants. Maybe he'll destroy Noel's credibility. Maybe he will win the debate. But no, William, who is afraid? Well, obviously so, right? Obviously so. Just ignore the silly man who's proving us all wrong and taking away a hatred. I want to be hateful and he's not letting it, and I don't like it. Take a few take him seriously. Well, everybody here does. They're all shitting themselves. At least you're constantly a positive voice of fandom. He certainly isn't. Really? I get what you mean, positive voice. If you say that shit is good, I don't think that's positive. Right? You know, I mean, like, yeah, he would criticize the Jodie Whittaker era because it's very bad. Because it's objectively bad. Right? That is why. The guy's not exactly doing yourself any favors. How? Sorry to hear this. You've done the right thing. How? How is being a bigot a right thing? Right? I understand. But okay, I'm not sure why he seems to have an obsession with you when plenty of others call out John the White. For what? None of them ever bring the receipts, right? None of them ever can. The main thing I get out of this exchange is get off Twitter. You are so right. They're all weirdos. They are. They're all absolute weirdos. Do your best not to let it bother you. At the end of the day, it's their problem. Yeah, you guys are just weird. Noel Clarke is a predator. How do you know this? Don't listen to power people. Don't listen to them power people act like the victors, but really he's the predator. How do you know? He claims he hasn't done anything wrong when 20 women, 14. Again, that you get the number wrong prejudicially. That does. Why doesn't that make you stop and go, oh, right, because you're a prejudicial cunt. That's why. 20 women had the bravery to stand up against him. We'll reveal what he did. Well, we went over them, right? And they didn't. They made basic accusations. This is cowardly from you. It isn't about John the White. It's about the law, Billy. Something you seem very uninformed of. You're trying to deplatform Noel now for responding to you. That's not how YouTube terms of services work. Well, kind of is. I mean, they're like, yeah, we support anybody who's on our team. Considering Will works, he can't join. Also, he was free. Why should he be? Oh, come on. Everybody's free sometimes. Don't be a dick. Yeah, please don't give me that he's too busy. Really? Really? No, he's not. He spends his life on bloody Twitter. I mean, like, really? But again, if he doesn't want to reply, he doesn't have to reply. No one's forcing him to reply. Just, if you have the leg to stand on, you would. But you don't. So you don't, right? Considering we'll, fine. I don't think he'll do any more. Oh, Darren Emser. The fact the person feels compelled to do a bloody live stream in response is pretty pathetic. Don't pay them attention. Well, this is the social media he wants. Let us stream if you want to stream. Why is everybody so? Why is it everything a fucking witch hunt with you lot? Because they have empty, pathetic lives, right? That's why. They have empty, pathetic lives, as this last bloke does. They just do. Empty, pathetic lives. What can I say? I think it's very good advice. Get off Twitter. Okay, let's pull up. Let's go to the next thing. Oh my gosh. Let's go to the next thing, which is cray. So we start. We're gonna go over She-Hulk, the latest thing to fail from Marvel. The latest thing that the MCU will now implode over. Their latest failure, and boy, do they fail. So I love how they're opening it, dun 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 dun, and it's all everything that made them huge, right? Oh, look, the MCU. Oh yeah, it's Black Panther, Ant-Man, and they were even the shit bits. Black Widow, yeah, Hot Woman, Thor, the mighty Thor. Oh, Captain America. Also, when Captain America throws his mighty shield. Iron Man. Oh, oh dear. And then we sing some ladies. What's going on? Oh. And it's the MCU. Just remember they cut all the women out of this, though. It's funny. So it starts off Titania Massily, who I quite liked in what's her name, the clone thing, whatever that name is. And she's a fine actress, just as she lives in Hollywood, and this is brainless, insane shit, right? How it's going. So starts with a speech about with great power comes great responsibility, sort of, and that's why. And then she goes into a legal thing. That's why the client who has great power should have taken greater responsibility. So the point of this is this woman doesn't want to take great responsibility. She doesn't want any responsibility at all. She wants to do whatever she wants, whenever she wants to be left alone. She wants to have no responsibilities, but she wants to be in charge as well, right? She wants to be the most important person around. So she's delivering her closing speech, right? Her lawyery thing. And two people listening, her bestest friend ever. You're so fantastic. Oh, you're so good. So fantastic. Oh, I just came twice while you're doing that. And toxic white male says, oh, maybe we should let a man do it. Oh, because I'm a toxic white male. And he mansplains, and she closes her. Oh, you're the bestest ever. I know I am. I am the bestest ever. Yes, you are. I'm so great. Yes, you are. Oh, I just creamed myself again. That's how good you are. Oh, dear, please clean up the mess on the carpet. I said, okay, no, we got to go. Okay, let's go and be lawyers. And they, so then she turns the camera and she breaks the fifth wall. Because, this is girly. This is MCU aimed at girls because they got girls like this sort of thing. Hey, everybody. This is my little lawyery show, right? And it's not really about being She-Hulk at all. Because her friend says, if everything screws up, you could just Hulk out in court. So the only thing I'm going to Hulk out on is being a great lawyer. Blah! So he does this monologue to camera. So this is what happened. Cut to a flashback to a few months ago. Because, don't work it out exactly. She's with Pussy Boy Banner. Not the cool one, right? Not who played him in the movie? Ed Norton, right? Ed Norton, Bruce Banner. So much better than Pussy Boy Banner over here, right? He actually played him like a character. I actually want to see that movie again, just because it's also had Tim Roth in it. Tim Roth is great. This is why I might watch. I'm going to watch this show because I like Tim Roth. Anyway, so he's driving and said, "Hey, I got a new thing that stops me hulking out." Right, and they're making themselves a plot hole so they can make us stunning and brave. It's so stupid. Yeah, and look at my invention. And she said, "What's this?" He said, "Oh, chopsticks with Doritos because I'm so clever. I don't want to get Doritos on my fingers because I'm so stunning. I'm so brave. I'm so clever." He said, "Oh, you are. You're stunning and brave and clever." And so then they start talking about Captain America. Is Captain America a virgin? He was, it was from the 50s. He was a virgin when he was enlisted. When they had a chance to do that. Then a spaceship shows up and knocks him off the road. Oh, no! It's the good Doritos as well. I want the red ones, but they're good. They clump off. Now, she can't manage to get out because, she's stunning and she's brave. And she's cut, though. Oh, no. She's got a cut on her. What can that mean? But she's going to say Bruce Banner, right? Who can't turn into Hulk because he had that thing on. So she pulls him out and says, "No, my blood will go into your blood. It'll be no, and you're going to be hulky." Next thing you know, he starts turning into the Hulk, which is a good callback to the 1970s. You won't like me. The Bill Bixby Hulk. That I quite like. But this was the only good moment in the whole thing. This is the only moment where I didn't feel I was being fucked in the ass in jail, right? Which is what you felt most of. So she's hulking out, then blacks out. Next thing you know, she wakes up. She's outside a bar somewhere. No, she goes and she's in the forest. So she goes to a bar and she goes into the bathroom and she starts cleaning herself up, right? And she's like, what just happened? We know what happened, right? And a bunch of girls came and said, "Sister, whoever, whatever, evil man did this to you, right? Well, she's Bruce Banner's cousin. Whatever man did this to you is just not good. Oh, we're going to clean you up, sister. And they go and clean her up, start putting makeup on her and giving her shoes and a coat. I mean, they're actually making her look quite good. And she's like, I just, I got my brother, I got to get my cousin to come and pick me up. Okay, so honestly, this starts off. They're being reasonably charming. So I said, "Hey, what's your name?" And she's like, "Look, I just want. I'm waiting for my ride." And he's like, "Hey, why are you being so rude?" And not this guy, the other guy. And they look, I think he's coming right now. Don't be so stuck. And then so they put her there. Immediately she hulks out, right? Ah! Now, what you're going to find out later on, this is something she chose to do. She's not like Bruce Banner Hulk. She could completely control it because she is the bestest ever. So she's deciding to become a super-powered monster right now. And she wants to, because, they said, they might want to take her to dinner. Yeah, can I be? No, and that looks like she's literally about. Here's the other thing. Look, men being punished for being men. Oh, look at them huddle each other. Look at the cow. Look how lowly. Oh, I hate men. Hate them. This is the vibe of the entire show. Did Chibnall write this? No, because it still has some semblance of character. And then Hulk shows up and grabs her. Next thing you know, she's waking up. She's somewhere completely different. And she's got clothes and she walks around. She's in paradise. He goes downstairs and Bruce Banner's being Hulk, right? He's like, I'm synthesizing my two parts. I am Hulk. And we call this Smart Hulk, right? So this is where he spent the entire 5 years in the blip, becoming Smart Hulk, refining himself. He basically says how great he is, and she says he's Smart Hulk. So he starts to tell her that she's a Hulk. She's a Hulk now as well, right? So I'm not a Hulk. Leave me alone. So here's what happened. My blood got into your blood, and so now you're a Hulk. But your blood is now super good at absorbing gamma radiation. Maybe even better than mine. Weirdly enough, she's better at everything, right? And that's what most of the rest of the episode is about. Her being better. I'm smarter and better. I don't need to be a Hulk, right? I don't want to be a Hulk because I'm smarter and better. So this is analyzing her blood, and she said, "Oh, well, it does make sense that I'm smarter and better because I'm a girl, and girls are the best, right? Girls are the bestest ever." And she's like, I got to go home. She said, "No, you got to stay here till you master your powers. It's going to take a number of years, right? This is like a 15-year journey." So he makes her pancakes, and she's like, "Look, I got a life. I got to go back to it." He's like, "Look, you got to learn how to use your power. Great power comes great responsibility." She's like, "Fuck off. I'm not interested, right? I'm not interested in spending years doing this." So she doesn't have a choice. He makes her do this thing. So we got to work out what triggers you into becoming a Hulk, right? So, God, this is so annoying, right? They said they chose. They close the plot holes, right? Because he's got that thing on her that can make him never be Hulk. So she said, "Make that for me." He said, "Oh, I can't because it's calibrated." They don't explain it. It's so stupid. It can't be done, and they don't explain why. It's just calibrated for me, right? So you have to be Hulk. So the device that stopped her hulking out to save. So Jessica, she could save him from the car crash. But he can't make a one for reasons, right? So so he's like saying, so the things that make you into Hulk is anger and fear. She says, that's the baseline of all women. We're all angry and fearful. He's like, okay, so let's just try giant razor blades attacking you. And if the razor blades come, she's like, "I don't want to do this." Gabriel takes the thing off. And it's like, "This what happens if I don't turn into Hulk? I'm just gonna die." And she turns to the Hulk, and he's like, "Yeah, you did it." And she rips the door off. And she's somewhat fitter as Hulk, right? She rips the door off, and he's like, "Yeah, that's actually a few $1 million worth of damage, but don't worry about it, right?" Tony Stark built this place with him. He talks about the bromance with Tony Stark. Said, "Wait a minute, how are you smart, Hulk? Right? How are you, Jennifer, whatever her bloody name is? Like, there should be a raging monster." He said, "No, there's just me, right? And you're choosing to Hulk out? Yes, I'm choosing to become a weapon of mass destruction." Right? Because sometimes somebody may catcall me. And so I think men deserve to die. And I'm a hero. No, you're a villain, darling. You're a villain. Right? This is villainous behavior. So there's no Hulk self. He's like, "Wow, this is incredible." It says, and see the smug smile all the way through. "I'm just better than you." He says, well, we don't need to go through this first bit you said of us then. Hey, so let's go straight on to the next thing. And again, he's like, "With great power comes great responsibility." She's like, "No, not for this gal." He said, "No, you got to train first." So fine, they start doing the training, which is half the episode. And he's like, first he's teaching a meditation, and she's being a snarky cunt, right? Snarker. "Problem being here, you missed it. You were mentioned. We went over the whole Noel Clarke thing. Never mind. I'm sorry." So she's being all the way through. She's just being a cunt. She says, "Oh, it's just stupid, and I don't need it because I'm a woman and I'm better than you." Right? He's like, "Well, yeah, you don't need it. It's just stupid." And you see the smug smile. That's all the way through this, right? So the next day he said, "Okay, it's not good for you, transcendental meditation. Sleep in it, we'll try something else." So then we get the bit from the trailer. Oh, I got to find here. 1 second. I forgot. I got to find, there's a clip online, right? She-Hulk. We're coming up to soon, which is like, oh God, it's so awful. It's so unbelievable. It's just, here's the one. 1 second. Let me download this. This is such an incredible cell phone. Okay, Twitter video downloader. Here we go. Doink, doink, doink. And it's just so unbelievably cringe. It's breathtakingly cringe. Yeah, 1 second. Save video as. No, we'll pull it up when we get to it. She-Hulk. It's just insufferable, this thing. It's so insufferable. So anyway, he sneaks up in the morning with a bullhorn to wake her up. And she turns to the Hulk. It's so funny. So funny. No, it's not. It's not fun. It just isn't. And he's like, "Oh, I don't like it, man." And he goes on. So no, you got to do your training. And he's smug. She's smug. He's like, "You got to make yourself special furniture, right?" And they do he teaches her to throw a rock. Oh no, he's first doing again. Look at the smug expression. He's teaching her to stay zen and giving her advice. The only person in the world who's gone through this, right? So who's your best friend? Spandex best friend. Okay, now it gets cringe overdrive. Cringe overdrive. So first let's practice throwing boulders. And so he throws one, rah! And she throws one, and she throws it further. He's like, "Oh, it's pretty good." So he throws the one, whoa, and he goes into orbit. They do more, but she's better at everything. She lands, and she takes the piss out of him by doing a Hulk. Rah! He's like, as a Hulk, you must learn balance. And I think this is pretty cool. Says, "Yeah, sure, I learned balance." And she's better at him. Wow, at everything. Do you like this? Because you're a man and I'm a girl. This is such feminist fragility. I don't say feminine. Feminist fragility. Does Bruce support the Canadian truckers? No, because he's a socialist cunt. She like smacks the ground and makes the trees wobble. He's better than her, so he kicks her. He pushes her off a cliff. She goes, and then she just gives him the finger. And next thing you know, she jumps back up because she's the bestest ever. And he's like, "Look, I'm trying to help you here. So I don't need your help. Okay, I don't need to be here. I don't want to be here. I just want to go back to my life, right? I can work all this out. You're an idiot who can't do this. He's like, no, come and check out the bar. So I said the good thing about being Hulk is you can drink as much as you want, but you don't get drunk. So they have drinks and they get drunk. So I don't really understand. And he talks about how he built the bar with Tony Stark and Bruce Banner. And they drink a lot. And she wakes up and she's got a Hulk-sized hangover. And he's like, I just want to go. I mean, he is basically holding her, kidnapping her at this point. I like, let her go, mate. He's like, I'm the only person who can help. He said, no, you don't. I don't need it. So you need to learn how to control your anger. I could look at his stupid smug face. So here, let's hear what they have to say. This is one of the most incredible speeches you will ever hear. This is insane.
I'm great at controlling my anger. I do it all the time.
Now, let's just going to say, people early in this episode went up to her and said, hi, what's your name? And she voluntarily turned into a weapon of mass destruction to terrorize them, right? With the intent of murdering them, right? That doesn't seem so good. So why are you so... Well, tell us, She-Hulk, why are you so good at controlling your emotions?
When I'm catcalled in the street, when incompetent men explain my own area of expertise to me, I do it.
Okay, now one second. You showed me how you respond to people saying hello to you. What's your name? That's not being catcalled. And even it is, it doesn't mean that you. It doesn't mean that you can murder them, right? And when incompetent men explain your field of expertise, he's the Hulk, and you're doing that right now. And maybe these incompetent men aren't as incompetent as you think. Maybe you were just shit at something sometime, right? And I know women don't like to believe that, right? And again, I think this is a problem we're having, and I'm not advocating not having women in the workplace, but I think having the differing masculine and energy, masculine and feminine ways of communication does lead to miscommunications. But like when men will say that's a shit idea, they're not saying you're worthless, shut up, right? When women hear that's a shit idea, they're hearing you're worthless, shut up, right? You've got to be able to coexist with the other sex.
Pretty much every day, because if I don't, I will get called emotional or difficult. Or
wait. If you're emotional or difficult, you're going to get called emotional or difficult. Yeah. Oh, how terrible.
Might just literally get murdered. So I'm in.
Oh, really? You might get literally. We also saw the Johnny Depp trial, mate. Right. We all saw that. It doesn't fly anymore. This bullcrap just doesn't fly.
An expert at controlling my anger because I do it infinitely more than you. Here's the
no. It just means that you have more anger because you're not all the shit you think you are, right? You're not in control, right? So you have that big speech. He said, "Look, I can just do this at will." And he says, "But I'm going to go, right? I'm just going." He's like, "You can't go. I'm not going to let you go." Okay, so then we get into a fight. Goes on for a while. Oh, she's disgusting to him. She lays into, listen. You're just projecting. Yeah, I'm sorry you got forced to become a superhero. You didn't want to, and you don't have friends. You live alone on a beach by yourself, and you don't have any friends, right? That's not me. And she's just a horrible cunt, right? He said, "Look, I'm not going to let you go. This is not. You'll kill people, right?" So she pushes him off, and he throws a rock. No. He's like, I can go. And, he's right. She's right. She can't leave if she wants. He says, "I'm sorry to have to do this to you." It's like, fine, let's fight it out. And they start duking it out. And disliking both these people so much, I don't really care at this point, right? I don't like these people. So he does the big Hulk smack thing, push. And she's flashed away. And so she tries, and at first she's not as good as it. Oh no! Right? He's like, then she works out, just do it again, because she's smarter than, because she's a girl, because she's the bestest ever, right? And she wins. Of course, she wins because she's a girl and the bestest ever. And they fight a bit more. It breaks his glasses, gets mad, and it just goes on. Like, they broke my bar, no, that I built with Tony. So I said, well, you're going to help me fix it. Then she like looks to camera and breaks the fourth wall again. So they make the bar. And she puts her initials in the bar as well. And they drink a bit. Says, okay, fine, you can go. You just go then. But you know, I'm here if you want me. Fine, okay. Smug smile because I'm a girlfriend. Off we go, brum brum brum. And she's like, and now we're here to back where we want. And she's going to be a stunning and brave lawyer, right? So yeah, the other guy sums up, said, client did nothing wrong at all. Over to you. And again, the evil white man, evil toxic man says, don't screw this up, She-Hulk. You're just the worst. And she rolls her eyes. Men are the worst, right? And she starts giving her summation. And then, what's her name? Who's got a lovely pair of tits as that happens. Jumps through the wall. And, you know, thank you for whipping them out. I like seeing your lovely pair of tits. Thank you very much. Even though you're just a bit another feminist pain in the ass. So she's there for some reason. It's like, oh, you got to Hulk out and save people. I don't want to, no. So she saves her shoes. I like this clothes. Bah! She comes to Hulk and said, who are you? I'm She-Hulk or whatever. And they throw things at each other for a bit. She flies into her. She hits them. Bah! And then she's subdued and she gets to put her shoes back on. And said, now I'm ready to close. Your Honor. And then we get like a ending montage. Quite nice art. Who was it? Jeffrey Mack, maybe, doing this art. And oh, look at this. It's so hard being a woman. Oh, and just it's awful, right? Then we got this every episode. There's a post-credits scene where she's pretending to be drunk, but when Bruce Banner really is, because she's better at him at everything, always, right? He pretended to be, and he says, listen, I know he lost his virginity at a US in 1942 or something like that. Said, yes, I got the secret out of you, right? I got the secret out of you. Oh, it's awful. It really, I mean, again, it's like feminine fragility times a billion. Here, let's find this article. She-Hulk. There we go. Yeah. Check this out. Oh, it's awful. I mean, it's embarrassingly bad. Here we go. She-Hulk, attorney at law, employs state-of-the-art CGI to make it look like a woman can be a lawyer. And that's just like the mentality of the people who are oh, woman, a lawyer? Oh, who could imagine such a thing? Oh, yet nobody lives in that world, you weirdos. This is a Babylon Bee satirical article. But Babylon Bee normally turns out to be a herald of the future. So I think we're going to have to be covering this. Also tonight, new Game of Thrones starts, right? So I got to we have to cover that as well. That's coming up. Okay, basically the headline's a joke, right? Let's see what the headlines are. Then we'll head over to Bounding into Comics for a second. After seeing the jump in Trump poll numbers, Biden orders FBI to raid his house too. That's going to happen. that's totally going to happen. It's such insane incompetence. You got to love it, right? You have got to love stupidity and incompetence. Let's have a look at Bounding into Comics. We're not doing a Doctor Who magazine, so I might do a special stream for it tomorrow, right? Just that. Where'd it go? Okay, let's have a look. So we allow. Oh, leave me alone. Stop. Wizard West Coast race swaps Aragon for Magic the Gathering's upcoming. Doctor Who's also going to be Magic the Gathering. Alec Baldwin shoots himself in the foot. Rust interview with Chris Cuomo. Chris Cuomo, really? Boy, doubles down and claim he did not pull the trigger after FBI find otherwise. Well, I can't rank on the FBI and then say, well, they're an unassailable source. Vic Montagna sadly loses defamation lawsuit appeal. Texas court affirms initial sanctions and orders further restitution for Monica Rell and Ron Toy's attorney fees. Yeah, he's screwed. Poor guy. Feel really bad for him. Rumor, Robert Pattinson's Dark Knight getting phased out of the DCEU after Matt Reeves completes his planned trilogy. Yeah, but it's Snyderverse Rises. Stephen King still can't understand Trump supporters because you don't talk to anyone. Stephen, mate, you want to come on my channel anytime, I'll have a conversation with you. But you live in a bubble and you hate everybody who's not like you. You Black Adam toy leak indicates major DC criminal organization to move is in the movie entitled Sabak. I don't know who that is. Actor Frank Grillo questions what happened to the Los Angeles after his boxing trainer is shot. Yes. Another person dies because of these DAs that won't prosecute anybody. She-Hulk star Titania Masley reveals she wore Support Trans Future sweatshirt in the series promotional to protest the Florida Parental Right and Education Act. Yes, how dare Governor Ron DeSantis prohibit weirdos with green and purple hair who say they're your kids' teachers having private conversations, trying to convince them to suck a dick. Yeah, how dare he do that? Oh, such a terrible person. Oh, this is the one I like. Rumor. Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Sadler is going with the Snyderverse timeline for DCU. Do it, baby. Do it. I'm going to be checking out the Game of Thrones things. I've also got to watch Sandman. Sandman dropped a David Tennant episode. That's what I'm going to be watching tonight. She-Hulk reveals Bruce Banner recovered from the Avengers Endgame snap thanks to Cousin being the better Hulk. Well, yes, of course, of course. I still think Andor looks good, right? Incredibly, I still think Cassian Andor looks like it's quite a good. Looks like it'd be quite a good movie. Okay, let's have a look at this. 1 second. Remove from studio. We'll do stop screen, share screen. Doink. So let's see what we went over. We did. Oh, we really got to have a quick look at this. And Jodie's member bearers of Doom, Snyderverse Rise, She-Hulk hilarity. Fine. We will do this because I feel bad missing it. And even though I've got a pizza made by my wife waiting for me. Oh God, I'm so good to you all. Right, we're not even talking about the call. Maybe we should do it as the. We'll have a quick look at it. Okay. So dumb. I mean, we talked about this earlier in the stream. Window. There we go. Where is it? Exclusive. Jodie Whittaker to pay tribute to the past Time Lords in a massive Doctor Who finale. Oh, go away. Go away. No more. By the way, I have to send out more content on my Substack. Please sign up for that. I wasn't able to because I was away, but I'll send out a new Virgin Virgin. I'll send out an outprint Doctor Who book. Mother of two, Jodie Whittaker is being given a really good send off from Doctor Who as she's passed the time about the sex education stuff. Shooting Catwell. It's not going to happen. Jodie Whittaker's big Doctor Who finale will see her don a mashup of iconic costumes worn by many eternal predecessors. It will also see the comeback of Bradley Walsh, Graham O'Brien. We knew that, who returns to meet with her old friends. And for the feature-length episode with the 13th of is timed to be part of the celebrations. Eagle Eye viewers will be pleased to see Spotter wearing many items in the TARDIS over the past 6 decades, including a striped scarf belonging to the 6th Doctor, obviously from the 70s, the bizarre sticker celery by the 5th Doctor, Peter Davison in the 80s, the check trousers and Patrick trousers. Oh, don't you touch Patrick Trouser's trousers. Yeah. Pretender? No. On display with question marks, jumper worn by Sylvester McCoy in the late 80s, the 10th Doctor's brown suit and tie. At least they're not in it. Thank God. This means none of them are in it, which is very good news in my mind. One source, getting Jodie and some others to wear some of the best love items from the Doctor's wardrobe over the decades seems pretty fitting. 100 years, go that wait about 100 years. The plot of the BBC special is the Doctor is joined by a Walsh former companion, last seen 2 years ago. Makes a surprise return and gathering our old pals, but you couldn't get Ryan back. Oh, Keith Thorpe. Oh, shit. I know you are, darling. A host of cameo appearances from former friends and companions are understood to have been recorded. So far, it's been revealed that Tegan and Ace, Janet Films, are among them. Outgoing says they're helping the Doctor fight on 3 fronts. The Master Cybermen and the Daleks. Yeah, see what you do if you can't write, you just throw a lot of shit at it. As Whittaker repairs the hand over the sonic screwdriver, blah blah blah. Judy Gatwa, blah. Okay, piss off. You know what? I'm gonna do a news video tomorrow. There's a bunch of stuff. There's Colin Baker losing his license. Sorry, Colin. I'm sorry about that. Magic the Gathering. Who knows what's this one? Yeah, saying she's wearing more costumes. Really, genuinely, who gives a shit? I mean, who gives a shit? Ex-Doctor Who Colin Baker banned from driving. Sorry, mate. Doctor Who coming to Magic the Gathering. Listen, if you like that sort of stuff, good for you. I don't give a shit. I don't give. Fine. I feel like we covered everything. I feel like my pizza's waiting. I feel like I would want to be watching Sandman. They got 2 episodes. Was it Calliope? About his former lover, Muse, who's kidnapped and raped incessantly, I think. And Dream of a Thousand Cats, which is also a very good one. Listen, if it doesn't have death in it and Unity King, I'm kind of okay with it, right, at this point, right? I'm okay. I can't think of anything in either of those episodes where they could race or gender swap somebody and I'll be like, oh, that's going to be awful. So I am looking forward to watching it. With that, I think I might be back tomorrow night with a special to review Doctor Who magazine. 1 second. I think I'm going to do this live. Where is it? Oh, wrong one. Hang on. Cancel. Share screen. Slides. Yeah, I think tomorrow night around the same time. Maybe even earlier. I think maybe during the day. I'm going to do a stream going with this year's Doctor Who magazine. Not bad. Awesome cover. Really, really awesome cover. And then I got all the news cover as well. Fine. With that, I'm going to hit the end broadcast button. Thank you for joining me tonight.